Hello, my name is Chantal, and I was born in Canada. When I was growing up, I went to the Deaf Institute. I went to high school, all the way to high school, and for college, I decided that I wanted to go to America. Um, I moved to Boston to work, and I realized that I wanted to go back to school, and so I decided to go to Gallaudet. So I was studying to become a teacher, and my last summer I was required to take an internship. My counselor told me that I should go to Bangkok in Thailand. That at that time I didn't have the money for a flight, but Gallaudet has scholarship money to pay for the flight to Thailand. And I didn't know about the time difference between the U.S. and Thailand. It's about 1 day. Uh, Thailand's 1 day forward, and we're 1 day behind them. So I was informed that the school in Bangkok, where I was going to be helping teach deaf children English. I was told when I would arrive there, someone would pick me up and drop me off at the school, and I would sleep and eat there as well. Everything would happen at the school. So I got my ticket, and my flight, and when I arrived there, it was about 2 or 3 in the morning, and there was nobody there. So I sat there and I waited and I waited. And I didn't have a phone at that time or anything, so I was just waiting and waiting. And finally, at about 8 in the morning, two women, I saw they had my name on a card. It said Chantal. And I was like, oh, well, that's me. And I got in the car and I was very tired. And we arrived at the school, and I was the only white person. Everybody else was a bit darker skinned than I am, and they were all amazed to see me. They didn't know sign language, or I didn't know their language. I saw one girl from Gallaudet. She was the teacher at the high school, and I was teaching elementary. I thought that was perfect, so I was able to chat with her, and she was helping me quickly learn their basic how to sign in Thai Sign Language. And so we both shared the same room. The principal of that school gave us 1 week vacation to look around, and the culture was just, I was shocked. Everything was different. The environment, the language, it was all so different. So I met a lot of different deaf people who knew English and ASL good, and so it was easy to communicate with them. And then I felt ready to teach the elementary school kids. And I remember my first day of class, I was told that I must wear either short sleeves or long sleeves and no tank tops. But in the summer it's very hot, very humid. And we have to wear skirts, very modest. In the classroom, all the kids were sitting around. They were very excited watching me as I was trying to sign at the same time as talking. And they were wondering why I was mouthing, and so I had to learn to stop. It was a lot of work. I met one little boy. He was about 12. I don't really remember his name, but he kept coming up to me every day after school, and we would talk, and I would tell him that he needs to go home, and he said that his mother works till late. But remember that the sign for mom was different. I don't really remember. It's gone. I forgot why, but I forgot why they used that. But they said there. But I said, "Oh, your mom's at work. There's nobody home." And he said, "No." I said, "Oh, that's fine. You can stay with me." So when it gets later, I'll walk with you. And so we'd walk and I'd drop him off. And so time went by like that. And the principal noticed and came up to me and said, "Why do you keep going? Don't go with him. He can go on his own." And I said, it's dangerous. He's very young." And they said, "No, it's fine." So then later, the last day that I was teaching that boy, he was crying a lot and said that he would miss me, and I'll never forget that. And so I came back to Gallaudet and I realized teaching maybe. And so a little while later, I got an email with his picture, and he's grown up now, and he's tried to write his best with an email with broken English, and I was very happy. And that when I saw that boy, um, did you ask that boy? And I thought, oh, what do I do? It's talk with the principal, and the principal told me that it was none of my business about what happened to that boy. And one day, I wondered, are all those kids still um, learning? And it was a wonderful experience. It was very nice to be encouraged by everybody, and hearing people who think that deaf people can't go places because they can't talk or communicate, that really doesn't matter, because you can.